Hey there, everybody. So, welcome back. So, let me ask you right from the outset here. Have you ever avoided taking a risk because you feared failure or you feared making a mistake? Maybe you feared taking that public last place. If so, this podcast may very well be for you. This one is in regard to failure being a necessary part of success. Recently, I made a podcast in regard to taking the public last place. And when we're publicly winning, we may not notice that person in the corner heavy lifting the heaviest weight of all, taking the public last place. So this got me to thinking about how failure is a necessary part of success. Do you think the average person automatically realizes that failure serves as the ultimate mechanism for growth? The thing is, failure actually exposes weaknesses while providing the direct experience needed to adjust, adapt, and evolve. That's what is called behavioral flexibility. And without behavioral flexibility, there is no succeeding at the highest level at all. And winning rarely teaches deep lessons, yet a setback forces a person to strip away that superficial ego and stop evaluating progress purely from an external perspective, otherwise known as, you may hear me mention, the outer scorecard perspective. And it causes us to intentionally shift focus into mastering the actual process. So, why is failure necessary for success? It extracts critical data. Failure points exactly to what does not work, forcing us to iterate and fine tune our strategy. It also builds psychological resilience. So, when we navigate setbacks, this actually expands our capacity to handle pressure and neutralizes the paralyzing fear of future mistakes. It actually triggers adaptation. So, just like when we're lifting that heaviest weight, it requires physical muscle failure to be able to grow. Lifting the heavier, most challenging weight challenges not only mentally, also physically. And professional breakthroughs require testing the absolute limit of our current capabilities, just like lifting that heavier weight. Failure reveals blind spots. So, major loss, although it may not be wanted, exposes underlying issues such as cutting corners or chasing superficial validation, discounting subtle warning signs that a string of easy wins would normally hide. Failure redefines our self worth. Surviving a failure teaches us that our value is rooted in our internal growth, resilience, and presence rather than just impressive outcomes. So, just one of the many famous motivational speakers who emphasize this message are Les Brown. So, Les Brown, he's known for passionate delivery and he frequently uses the metaphor of failing your way to success. He teaches that most people quit right at the finish line and urges individuals to face the fear of failure so they do not finish life surrounded by the ghosts of their unfulfilled potential. Another is Steve Harvey. He's a massive advocate for changing our relationship with mistakes. He directly tells the audiences that failure is a part of success. He teaches that you learn absolutely nothing from winning and that you have to lose your fear of getting it wrong to ever get it right. And I love that. And then we have Dale Carnegie, the legendary author and speaker. He famously taught that discouragement and failure are two of the absolute surest stepping stones to achieving true success. So, I hope you got a little something out of our podcast today. And in our next one, we will be tackling what kind of thinking stands in the way of releasing that fear of failure. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you soon.